Sales is a very interesting point in its history, and I want to talk about some of the issues that are on the minds of thoughtful corporations all over the world, because there's no doubt at all that word selling has got to be taken apart and re-looked at what we mean by selling today and what we meant by selling 10 years ago has changed enormously, and what selling will mean 10 years down the road is going to go through further change. There's probably no other business function that's changing so rapidly as sales today, and along with it, marketing is going through significant changes too. So I want to talk about what those changes are, why they're happening, and essentially what we do about it. Let me confess that though I am a charming speaker and a very nice person, I'm very nervous about the idea that you're going to listen to me for upwards of 2 hours, because I cannot listen. I used to think it was totally my problem, but I'd be sitting in an audience as you are, and there'd be a speaker, and the speaker would say some things that were sort of interesting, and before I knew what was happening, my mind was going wandering, thinking about, well, how does this apply to me? How would I use this? And while I'm thinking about that, 3 other things have been said. So I get saturated. And on a good day, I can listen for 5 minutes easily, and 10 minutes if I really try, but that's it. And when I think about how I learn things, how I process information, I do it by discussion. And I think it's not just me. My assumption is you're probably rather like me. And if that's true, I ought to give you some time to process the information. So what I'm going to be doing is putting up a station break symbol at least once every 10 minutes, and actually generally much more than that. And what I'd ask you to do when it goes up is, at your table, talk about the issue that's on the screen, and then we'll talk about it more widely. Now, because of the nature of these rooms, the noise level may be just too great to talk on a whole table level. Just turn to 1 or 2 people, but essentially discuss the issues, because these are interesting issues. Sales is going through huge changes, and I want to hear your views on it, because I'm not arrogant enough to believe that because I wander around the world talking to corporations, somehow I'm seeing the whole picture. No one has got the whole picture. We each see a little bit of the elephant. But let's talk about that and share it. So let's take a sample station break just to get us going. CEOs today are much more interested in sales than they were 10 or 20 years ago. Something has made them very focused on sales. At your tables, have a station break and just talk about what that might be. Why is this happening?